He's now announcing, the White House is now saying that President Trump wants those roundups of immigrant families around the country to start right after the 4th of July. Kind of the finale for the fireworks, right?
I think it's very important to find out if somebody's a citizen as opposed to an illegal. I think that there's a big difference to me between being a citizen of the United States and being an illegal.
From Catherine Cosin of the Newseum. To whom does the First Amendment apply? Do undocumented immigrants have the 5 freedoms?
Oh, I think so. I think anybody who's present in the United States has protections under the United States Constitution. Americans abroad have that protection. Other people abroad do not. They don't have the protections of our Constitution.
When we get to the 14th Amendment, it doesn't speak of citizens, as some constitutions grant rights to citizens, but our Constitution says person. And the person is every person who is here, documented or undocumented.
Yes. Thank you.
I don't hold with equality in all things, only with equality before the law and nothing more.
That's not so. You believe that Negroes are entirely equal to white men. You've said it 1,000 times.
For shame! Stop prevaricating and answer, Representative Wood.
I don't hold with equality in all things, only with equality
After
before
the
the law
decades
and nothing more.
fervent advocate.
He's answered your questions. This amendment's not to do with race equality.
I don't hold with equality in all things, only with equality before the law and nothing more.
A frantic attempt to delude us now is unworthy of a representative. It is, in fact, unworthy of a white man.
I want you to know that I stand today because this cannot simply be reduced to a racial issue. This is the larger questions of justice in our country. This calls to the consciousness of all Americans. And it is sourced by the realities we face in this country, where we lead the globe in areas that no American who believes in freedom and liberty should want to lead. We have had, over the last decades of my lifetime, an explosion in incarceration that belies the truth of who we are. This nation has seen this country have an 800% increase in the federal prison population over the last 30 years. Think about that, an 800% increase. We now have the very ignominious distinction on the globe for leading the planet Earth in a country that incarcerates its own citizens. In fact, America is just 5% of the globe's population, but we have 25% of the world's imprisoned people, and I tell you, that is not because Americans have a greater proclivity for criminality. It is because our legal system is not a justice system.
So
this
let me ask you now,
over-incarceration, this over-criminality,
what is a crime?
Anguishes
What is
this nation,
punishment?
Aggravates divisions,
It seems to
undermines
vary
freedom and liberty,
time
and
to
costs
time,
taxpayers
place to place.
so much more money.
What's legal today
It is an
suddenly
unnecessary
illegal
burden and
tomorrow
expense
because
that is
some
a
society
self-inflicted
says
wound in this
so.
nation that
And what's
undermines our prosperity,
illegal yesterday
undermines
is
our
suddenly
success.
legal because everybody's
We
doing it,
spend
and
$250 billion a
can't put
year
everybody in
locking
jail.
people up, and the majority of those people
I'm not saying this
are
is right or wrong.
non-violent offenders.
I'm just saying
In
that's
fact,
the way it is.
over the last decade, right now
But
in
I've
America,
spent
there are more people in
3.5
prison for
years of my
drug
life
offenses
in your prison.
than all
And
the people in prison
I
in
think
the
I
1970s.
paid for my error.
It is an extraordinary fact And whether
if
you're black
it's your
or
decision
white,
today
if you get arrested and
to
charged
sentence
with
me
a
to more
felony
years,
crime for doing some things that the last 3 presidents of the United States admitted to doing, if you are arrested for that, tried and convicted, and I say tried because with hesitancy, because the majority of them are plea bargains.
My lawyer. That's
as
a
the
good
president
one.
knows,
Says be cool,
if
Billy.
you get convicted
Don't
of
get
that
angry. Don't get
felony
upset.
offense,
Be
for
good.
that non-violent drug
And I'll get you a
offense,
pardon, an amnesty,
the
an appeal,
collateral
or this or that, the other
consequences
thing.
to your life
Well, this has been going on now for 3.5 years.
horrendous.
Then all my clients, when they find 2,000 hits of heroin, crack cocaine, or powdered cocaine in their home for personal use, should go in programs and get diversion. But I'm wondering why they're all at the D.C. jail right now.
So basically, so what you're saying is that Rush Limbaugh got different treatment.
Right. My clients don't have $30,000 to defray the cost of the investigation. It's called, you want to play the race card? Call me a racist. It's called white justice.
Jeff?
He's absolutely right. I mean, I deal in this state. This is a trafficking amount. He would be looking at a 15-year minimum mandatory at a minimum, and he gets diversion program.
Would you have
I wouldn't get this. I wouldn't get this offer. For this amount of prescription, this amount of fraud, I don't care who you are, you wouldn't get this case. This is a lot of drugs.
Greta,
you don't get this case.
This is a sweetheart bill that the average man on the street wonders just where is justice.
Bernie called it white justice. This is rich justice. In all my years as a prosecutor, I did narcotics for a little bit of time. I never called the defense attorney before arresting the guy. Worked at a deal where he walked in one day, walked back out with no plea whatsoever. Now, I happen to believe as a prosecutor, by the way, that people who are addicted, including crystal and cocaine arrest, ought to get treatment instead of locking up in prisons. But the fact is they get locked up. Mostly, Rush Limbaugh got nothing. It's a home run for Roy Black.
But you know what I don't get is it's the prosecution who had the option to offer this or not.
The head of the Public Corruption Unit in the U.S. Attorney's Office in the Southern District of New York has resigned. This is the prosecutor who has been supervising the criminal investigation into Michael Cohen, President Trump's personal lawyer. She has resigned her job. She has left the office apparently to go make a ton of money in the private sector. And sure, why not? The timing seems great.
I don't hold with equality in all things, only with equality before the law and nothing more.
Mueller's team goes into detail about Paul Manafort's cushy conditions in jail, and they say his privileges, and these are quotes, include this: a private self-contained living unit larger than other inmates, his own bathroom and shower, a personal telephone, his own workspace to prepare for trial, a laptop with an extension cord in his room. He's able to send emails and make more than 100 phone calls to his legal team, and he doesn't have to wear a prison uniform. So, but on a monitored call from prison, Manafort mentioned that he is being treated like a VIP. So why do you think he's getting this special treatment?
For the man accused potentially of the biggest money scam ever. Just a short while ago, a decision was handed down regarding this question. Should Bernard Madoff be allowed to fight his case from his luxury $7 million New York City penthouse, or should he be forced to do it from behind bars? Our senior correspondent, Alan Chernoff, is watching this story for us. So what's the decision of the judge on this day, Alan?
Bernard Madoff remains out on bail. Judge Lawrence McKenna immediately making his decision, ruling from the bench, saying that the government had failed to show that Bernard Madoff was likely to give away more of his assets. The government had failed to show that Bernard Madoff was likely to give away more of his assets. To give away more of his assets.
I don't hold with equality in all things, only with equality before the law and nothing more.